everybody, and welcome to Devoted to Disney Down Under, and welcome back for another video. Today I thought we would do autographs and talk about people we've met. Plenty of autographs to show off, so without further ado, here we go. Okay, first of all, I have to show you, this is from probably my favourite sort of part of the collection, DC Comics. I love everything to do with DC Comics. My favourite pop culture personality would be Superman. Love Superman, so anything to do with Superman or DC Comics, that is my go-to. So first off, we have Aaron Ashmore. Now, he, in this photo, is playing Jimmy Olsen from probably my favourite TV show ever, Smallville. Now, my wife and I met Aaron at one of the conventions down here. I think it was Comic Con 2013 or something like that. Could be a different year, but that was a nice, it was a privilege to meet him because I've really enjoyed his work on that show. Okay, next, from one of my favourite movies, Batman Returns, from Tim Burton's 1991 blockbuster, or it might have been 92 actually, signed by Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Danny DeVito. This is one of my movies I watched over and over again in my childhood. So, very special memories to me, that movie. And I've managed to get this through a trade for some other autographs from an autograph dealer at one of our toy shows. But very proud of that one. Next will be Superman himself, Brandon Routh, from the 2006 Bryan Singer movie. My wife and I had the privilege of meeting Brandon. What a lovely guy he was. He loved our children. Spoke to us for quite a while. Very happy to have met him. And he played my favourite character ever. So, very happy to have that one as well. Next, another one from Smallville. Now, as you can see, this is from Supergirl, played by Laura Vandervoort in Smallville in 2007 through 2010. And this one here is Helen Slater, who actually plays Supergirl's mum in the show, but is the original Supergirl from the 1984 film. So, that photo is, it kills two birds with one stone in my collection. I get both Supergirls. So, next one, we have Val Kilmer from 1995's Batman Forever. He played a good Batman. I mean, much better than George Clooney. That's not hard though. He came to one of our Supernova cons down here in Australia, and I've got it through them. Didn't actually meet him. I bought the photo from Supernova themselves, but it's another DC autograph into the collection. Next, we have from Batman and Robin, which is a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a terrible movie, I know, but I did enjoy it at the time. And we have Alicia Silverstone and Chris O'Donnell playing Robin and Batgirl. Next, we have Yvonne Craig from the 1966 Batman show. We actually had the privilege to have met her back in 2012, I want to say. Yeah, I think it was 2012. She came down to one of the cons, and sadly she's passed away now, so we had the privilege of meeting her. So we were very privileged to have that experience. Next we have the penguin from that show, Burgess Meredith. Now, he played a fantastic penguin. We'll probably all know him from Mickey from Rocky as well. So, and I love that franchise. So, yeah, it's another autograph we're happy to have. Next, we have Frank Gorshin from Batman the 66 again. Another iconic character from a wonderful show. We have John Wesley Shipp, who played the original Flash in 1990, who now plays Flash on Earth 2 in the Flash series. And he also plays Flash's dad. So, we're happy to have that one. Okay, now I mentioned earlier that we had the chance to meet Brandon Routh, Superman himself. Well, this is a photo of my wife and I with Brandon. What a privilege. Very happy. Now, this was last year. We had the chance of meeting Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain, Superman and Lois. Now, another one from Smallville, Callum Blue, who played Zod. Actually, he was a really nice guy, he was. He let us photo him, didn't charge us. No, it was really good. I was happy to meet him. And then, last of the DC. This is close to my favourite, because we did get to meet her, Lois Lane herself, Margot Kidder. Rest in peace. What a wonderful, wonderful lady she was. You know, we spoke to her for probably 10 minutes plus. The line was queued up, you know, because we were chatting away. She was wonderful. She was so nice. And she will always be my Lois Lane. I grew up watching Lois. She was my Lois on screen. So, big sentimental value to meet and get her autograph. So that's our DC. Now I'll show you some TV celebrities from TV shows. And here we have Jim Beaver, who plays Bobby Singer in Supernatural. Another nice gentleman to have met. We have James Masters, who plays Spike in Buffy. And as you can see, I met him with my daughter Abigail, so it's personalised to myself and Abby. Now these guys are great. One of my shows of my childhood, Hercules, managed to meet Michael Hurst and Kevin Sorbo at the same convention and got the photo signed by both of them. Hercules and Aeolus. And then I have one of Aeolus by himself, signed by Michael Hurst, which I don't think he should have signed that. He should have charged me an extra fee, but he was nice enough to have done it for nothing. Now we have the original Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Another nice gentleman. He was the original Marvel hero. Another Buffy autograph, Eliza Dushku. plays Faith. Richard Dean Anderson as MacGyver. Wow. Now, I loved that show when I was a kid. And my mum used to threaten me, if you don't do your homework, you don't get to watch MacGyver. So, it got me to do my homework anyway. And then we have one that I've showed before in one of our other videos of Jason Momoa from Game of Thrones. Now that's it for our TV celebrities. Okay, next we're going to go on to some of our Disney related autographs. Now, first of all, we've got this book. I'll explain this book. It's called Disney Villains, and it's written by Ollie Johnson and Frank Thomas. Now, those of you who don't know out there, Disney was founded by they were called the 9 Old Men. Now, they are the original illustrators from Disney and a big part of animation history the world over, not just Disney, everywhere. But we do have 2 autographs there. Ollie Johnson and Frank Thomas. Now, Ollie Johnson worked on, from Snow White. He designed characters like Mr. Shmee in Peter Pan. And then we have Frank Thomas, who designed Bambi and Thumper and many, many iconic Disney characters. So that is 2 of the 9 Old Men there. We have one more here in Mark Davis, who worked on creating many, many famous Disney villains like Captain Hook, and as you can see in this photo, Maleficent. We're big Disney buffs. We want to chase down the remaining 6. We have 3 of them. I'm sure we'll get them one day. We're always on the look. Next, we have one of my wives and my favourite movies. Now, this is one of my childhood movies. I remember going with my dad to the movies to see it. 1988, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And here we have Bob Hoskins, rest in peace, playing Valiant. That's good. And since we're showing that, I'll go to the bottom. Oh no, we'll show you this one. We have Christopher Lloyd playing Judge Doom from the same movie. And got to meet Christopher Lloyd, as we also know him as Doc Brown from Back to the Future. And then this year, we had the honour of meeting Kathleen Turner. What a lovely lady she was. Who is uncredited, actually, as the voice of Jessica Rabbit. But it wouldn't have been Jessica Rabbit without her voice. I think Kathleen Turner actually made her what she is. Now, a couple of years ago, we had Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy himself, visit one of our conventions with Jason Marsden, who plays Max, his son, in the Goofy movie. And then I also got the straight to DVD Extremely Goofy movie signed as well. So I was very happy to meet them. And I obtained this one on the internet of Annie Potts playing Bo Peep from Toy Story. Of course, we know her from Ghostbusters as well. Now, we don't have many Disney ones, but that's it. Okay, going on to movies, or just movie stars in general. Well, this first one is from one of my favourite movies, The Wizard of Oz. Now, that's just a photo of Jack Haley, but this is the autograph. This is a check, personally signed by Tin Man himself, from the 1939 version of Wizard of Oz. Seriously, one of the probably the greatest movies of all time. So, very proud of that item. We have Benicio del Toro. He plays the Collector in the Marvel Universe now. He's also in the Star Wars universe. We have Robert Englund as Freddy himself. Now it's personalised to my wife. I managed to meet him and got it for a present for her. This is a photo of myself with Carl Urban, Earmar from Lord of the Rings, Judge Dredd. You know, he's in many movies. Now this one, I can't explain much about this. I've never even seen the movie. This is Patricia Quinn from Rocky Horror Picture Show. And my wife had the pleasure of meeting her. And I think I've showed this photo off before on one of our previous videos, but this is the day my wife and I met Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa. So I probably should have put that in the DC photo, shouldn't I? Oh, well. Now this year, at Supernova, we got to meet Richard Dreyfuss, one of the greatest actors of our time. I'm sure is he an Oscar winner? He may be an Oscar winner for Mr. Holland's Opus, I think. Could be wrong, could be mistaken. This one's Michael Winslow, who plays Stripe in the Gremlins, but you probably know him better as Larvell Jones from Police Academy. You know, the voice man. He was funny. He was hilarious. Rest in peace, Vern Troyer. Mini-Me from Austin Powers. Now this one's just an autograph card. Chris Rankin, who plays Percy Weasley in Harry Potter. And there's the photo of him there. This is Julie White, who plays Miss Witwicky from the Transformer universe, or Sam Witwicky's mum. One of my favourites, my favourite character from the Harry Potter universe, Draco Malfoy, played by, what is his name? I cannot remember his name. I have a mental blank. Tom Felton. That's right, Tom Felton. Okay, now we have John Voight. That photo's taken from the first Transformers movie. John Rhys Davis, Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Managed to get that from one of the conventions. Then we have Carl Urban, Earmar from Lord of the Rings. You saw the photo I had with him earlier. Now this one is of Noah Hathaway. He plays Atreyu in one of my favourite movies, A Never-Ending Story. I remember watching this as a kid over and over and over again. I used to just rewind it, play it again, rewind it, play it again. So when I got to meet him, it was, yeah, very special, very special. And then we have Lara Flynn Boyle. We know her from many, many things, but Men in Black 2 is one of the things she was in. This one is of Harrison Ford, Shia LaBeouf, and Karen Allen from Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. And last but not least for this movie section, Ernie Hudson, who plays Winston Zeddemore in, it probably is my number one movie of all time, Ghostbusters. That's like lightning in a bottle, that movie. It is perfection. I could watch that any time, any place, and I would enjoy it every time. Okay, next I'm going to show you some animation autographs. My brother's a huge Dragon Ball Z collector of anything, so I sort of tag along with him a lot to the conventions and what have you, and I get their autographs. Here we have Stephanie Naldoni as young Gohan. I have Vic Bagnola as Broly. And I have Stephanie Naldoni as Gohan again. And last for this segment is Neil Kaplan, who plays Optimus Prime in Transformers Robots in Disguise. And that was from probably the beginning of the century, about 2001 or something like that. And I'm a big Transformers collector. So, picked up that one along the way. Okay, next we have a few Star Trek items. We have Carl Urban again. He plays Bones in the new Star Trek movies. That's from the J.J. Abrams movie, I think, the first one. Next we have Marina Sirtis as Counselor Deanna Troi from Star Trek The Next Generation. I love that show. I'm watching season 4 again at the moment. And then we have William Shatner. He plays Kirk in the originals. We had the pleasure, or mispleasure as my wife would say, of meeting him. Wasn't the nicest of the celebrities we've met. Okay. We'll move on to, I have a few James Bond autographs. So first of all we have John Cleese, who plays Q. Then we have Dolph Lundgren, who plays Venz in A View to a Kill. That's from the 1985 Roger Moore movie. Then we have the Dame Judi Dench as M. And we have one of the Bonds, Roger Moore, rest in peace. He was a good Bond, a very good Bond. He brought a bit of humour to the role, which I enjoyed. And then we have George Lazenby, who played Bond in one movie. I think it was 1967's On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is a very, very underrated Bond, and I thought he was fantastic as Bond. I'm just disappointed he didn't do more. Apparently he had the chance to do more. He chose not to. Okay, now I'm going to show you our Star Wars collection. We have Carrie Fisher here. Now, we got to meet her in 2012. She came down to Supernova, and am I glad we got to meet her. Rest in peace to a beautiful princess. This one I got online. This one's of Harrison Ford as Han Solo, Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca, and Carrie Fisher again as the princess. And that scene is on the moon of Endor at the end of Return of the Jedi. Now this one is of Jennifer Hale, who plays Ayla Secura in the Clone Wars. I think she also plays the voice of Cinderella in the Disney universe. So we got to meet her at a show down here as well. We have Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu. Now this one is of the Fett legacy. So we met Daniel Logan here, who plays young Boba Fett in episode 2, The Clone Wars, and The Clone Wars, a TV series. So he signed that on the day, but he had got it previously signed by Tamira Morrison, who plays his dad, Jango Fett, and Jeremy Bulloch, who plays Boba Fett as he becomes older in the original trilogy. So that is of the 3 Fetts, and I call that photo the Fett Legacy. This one is of Anakin. We met him in, I think, 2011. Jake Lloyd, who played Anakin in episode 1, Phantom Menace. I still remember that kid from Jingle All the Way. I love that kid. Here we have Ray Park as Darth Maul, also in episode 1. Now, my wife and I had the privilege of meeting Tim Rose, who is a puppeteer, who played Admiral Akbar, and we all know Admiral Akbar when he says, "It's a trap!" So there we go, he's written that on there, it's a trap. And we have R2-D2, played by Kenny Baker in, I think, 6, or he possibly even made an appearance in The Force Awakens. But, you know, R2 is not the same without Kenny Baker. Rest in peace, Kenny. That is our Star Wars collection. Finally, to wrap up the video, we have a few odds and ends of music autographs who I've got through, I suppose, family. So we have Motorhead here. Now that's signed to my dad before he passed, to Mark. Best wishes, Phil, who actually is married to my auntie. And we have Lemmy, rest in peace, and Mickey D. Let's put it there. Decent photo. Next we have the Slash from Velvet Revolver, or Guns N' Roses fame. You can see here it's actually personalised to my dad again, Mark, who actually was in hospital, who had just had a stroke at the time, and he sent this over, and it made him feel better at that time, so I appreciate that. This one's just it's of my uncle, and he was sending me autographs over. I planned on starting an autograph business at the time, so you can see he's in good luck with the business. Another one from Phil from Motorhead. Then this is Triple H, sent to me also from my uncle. He does the actual theme song, The Game, for Triple H. Now this one is also from him. Ronnie James Dio from Black Sabbath. Just Dio. You know, another one that sadly passed away, passed too soon. This one's just a guest. Passed to Motorhead. This one is signed by the band Placebo. They're a fantastic group, underrated, absolutely brilliant. This one is Kiss. The album is Dynasty, and we can see we chased him down at the airport. Gene Simmons. So that wraps us up. I will be doing another video of trading card autographs. Now for that one I have hundreds. So please tune into that. We'll do that in the next couple of weeks. But until then, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. Bye for now.